Well, hey everybody, Mr. Tyler here again with Penny, and we are excited to get into this week's Meet the Masters. Yeah, you ready to do some art?
Yeah.
All right, so we are learning about an American artist this week called Jacob Lawrence, and he is more modern. I think last time, many of the artists that we've studied in this series have been hundreds of years old. But Jacob lived in America up until 2000. So he was, let me get my dates right. Jacob Lawrence, 1917 to 2000 in America.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he used a lot of shapes. And he liked, Penny found my wrench right there. So Jacob liked to draw like cityscapes and especially tools and like carpentry, and used a lot of those. So he used a lot of repeating shapes, and I brought one of my wrenches here for reference. We'll talk about this, but so he used tools, wrenches, things like that. So we're gonna talk about Jacob Lawrence.
Maybe these tools.
So he did painting, but we're gonna do some cutting and gluing and making some cool repeating shapes with some bright colors. So what you should have in front of you is your main slip of paper. We have another smaller rectangle that we're going to use as an outline. You need scissors and glue and a pencil and a marker and lots of different strips of kind of like small rectangle, different colors. We're going to choose some of those later. And then finally, everyone, maybe at least between two of you or so, but you should have a tool chart for reference because we're going to use one of these shapes. So everyone, you should have access to one of these. And we're off. So let's go. So first thing, grab your pencil. On the back of your sheet, go ahead and write your name on your painter's slip. And then flip it over.
Like this.
Yes. So the first thing we're going to do is make a little frame, because every picture looks better in a frame. So go ahead and take your smaller rectangle, your white rectangle, and kind of try to put it right there in the middle, if you want.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of put it there. You can go ahead and grab your marker and carefully try to just hold it there and try to outline onto the blue or gray piece of construction paper that you have.
Should I use this side? This one?
Yeah. So go ahead and just try to outline.
Daddy, this
that.
one doesn't really work very well.
Oh, turn it around. You can try to use the other side maybe.
Okay. It always works better on this. This side's really big.
Yeah. Trade you. You use this.
Okay.
Ta-da!
I wonder why I didn't get one of these kind.
Okay. And then when you're done, just go ahead and put that piece to the side. You have a nice little frame here.
It's a small frame.
It is.
There.
Now, we're gonna have some fun with doing these shapes. So, I want you can pick two different colors, just two of all the colors that you have in front of you, two of the smaller slips of paper. So pick two colors, whichever two you want. Penny's picking black and blue. I'm gonna do yellow, and I'm gonna do yellow and blue.
Okay.
Okay. So now.
Actually, I'll do that in blue.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. First things first. Go ahead and take one of your slips of paper and fold it lengthwise,
Like this.
right in half. So
Yes.
like a hot dog,
Hot dog.
long ways. And then
No. Oh, yes.
go ahead and open it up so that the fold is going away from you. So fold side down so it's like a little tent there. Now, Penny. Okay, let's put that there. Excellent. And can you go right there so they can see a little easier? So now, on your slip of paper, let's grab our pencils and let's pick one of these tools here. So we're going to draw the shape of this tool as best as we can using both sides of the fold. So you want it to kind of fill it out and try to make it as symmetrical as possible so that as much as you can, both sides look the same. So you're kind of, imagine cutting one of these straight in half and then drawing that somehow. Yeah. So which one are you going to draw, Penny? You can try to draw one of these onto your slip of paper.
I think I'll do a paintbrush.
Okay.
I think that's a paintbrush.
Yep, that's a paintbrush. Okay, so Penny's gonna do the paintbrush. I'm gonna do.
I think the paintbrush is probably the hardest one, though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it anyway.
That one is hard because of all the bristles. I'm gonna do this double-sided wrench down here. So let's see. And if it's helpful, you can rotate your paper to whatever ways help.
Is this good? This kind of
if it can be using as much of the paper as possible,
okay.
That would be best. Yeah, so try to make it as big as you can to use as much of the paper as possible.
Okay. Does it have to be exactly the same amount of bristles?
No.
Okay, cool.
Good.
There.
Okay. So now here's what we want to do. Take it and fold it again.
The same way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So does it look, you can kind of see if it looks like you did it so that both sides are kind of the same. Does it look like that? Both sides are pretty close? Okay, that's good. So now take your other piece of paper before we do anything on that one and fold it also lengthwise.
Or we could do another one, possibly.
So now you have a blank piece folded lengthwise and the piece that you drew on folded lengthwise. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, take the new one, put it inside the old one, so that you have your drawing on the outside and two pieces of paper folded like a sandwich. Yeah, so now, okay, last choice that we all get to make. Now, Penny, look at yours.
I see mine.
Each one is pretty close, but just slightly different. So you get to choose which side of your fold do you like the best.
This side.
And so watch that side. And now try to cut through all four layers out that side of your page so that when you open it up, you're going to have a symmetrical shape. So you just have to worry about one side of your drawing. We're kind of ignoring the other side, but just take your scissors. Okay, so go ahead and kind of pinch your fingers together so that the papers don't slide around, but just try to cut out your pencil shape as best as you can.
Wow.
Or it's a little tricky.
Yeah. I don't think I'll choose the bristles next time.
Oh yeah, the bristles make it a little tricky, huh?
I mean, like the time that I'm watching it.
Oh yeah, you're doing great.
I cut it wrong.
That's okay. Great. Okay, so let's open up the shapes we just cut out.
Look at mine.
Nice. Let me see your paintbrushes. Oh yeah, those are great.
Painty, painty, painty. Got a big bristle in the middle. Hey, what am I having? Oh yeah, 2.
Okay. So now, and go ahead and if the pages that you just cut out are whole, so here's
Kind of are.
2 ideas for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down 2 negative shapes, and then this would be the positive shape. So the negative shape, what do you think that would be?
This one?
Just the outline. So we're going to, so actually, you can, so if the empty space that you just cut out looks like it's intact, like mine, or Penny's, yours is pretty intact. So you can use this as your outline. If this piece got kind of messed up, but you still have a tool, you can use this as your outline. But basically what we need to do is we need to arrange this, maybe overlapping, and we're going to trace it on our page. So I'm going to use this because that way the marker won't get onto my thing.
How come? Like on this one I made a hole, but on this one it's not showing up. Like I didn't make a hole in that one.
I do not know. That's interesting. So go ahead. I'm going to use like this as my outline. I'm going to just find a place that kind of fits. And here you can do this too, but I think it kind of looks cool to actually let some of your pieces bleed over your frame that you made. So you could have everything stay nice and neat inside your frame, or you can make 1 or 2 of them actually go outside of your frame into the other surrounding blue part. So that's up to you. But go ahead and put it somewhere kind of at an angle. Take your marker and outline it as best as you can.
I inline it because it's inside of the thing.
Hey, that is a very smart point. If you're using the empty piece, then I guess this is called inlining rather than outlining.
Yeah, because it's inside of it.
That's smart.
That's an idea.
Yes, so inline it or outline it, whichever you want to do. But basically, you're drawing your shape like that.
Ooh,
great.
Big one.
Okay.
Should I draw the circle because?
Yeah, you can draw in that circle. So then take that same shape and we're going to do it one more time. Maybe try to have it.
What about this one?
Fit somewhere else, or you can have it if you go over. This time, don't cross over whatever you just drew. Let this one be kind of in the very background. So if you cross it, here I'll show you really quick. But I'm gonna inline. I'm gonna outline this, but I'm gonna stop and I'm not gonna let it go over the one that I had just drawn, so that this one looks like it's actually.
Are we supposed to make it enveloping?
You don't have to, but if you do, yeah, do that and then stop so that it doesn't.
Oh, that'll look cool.
Yeah, then it's like that paint. The new paintbrush you're drawing is in the very background. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw my little wrench right here.
I'm gonna draw my little paintbrush.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So here you can see I have like 2 wrenches and one is stacked on top of the other one.
Yeah, they're like in the same place. I think they should actually be more there. Are we gonna make it with this one or just with that?
No, that's great. So so Penny's, so my wrench was kind of bigger and it filled a little more of the space. Penny's filled less of the space, and that's fine. You might actually fit maybe one more over here. Maybe, yeah, go ahead and you could do one more negative space over there. So if you, class, if you drew one more like Penny's and your tool ended up being a little on the smaller side, you might even be able to fit a third.
It looks smaller on the screen that it shows just my hands.
Oh yeah.
Actually.
So Penny's going to draw 3 negative spaces.
A little bit bigger. So actually, just going to draw here. There. Then.
Okay. So now here's here's something before we do the positive spaces. Hold on. So Jacob liked to do a lot of repeating patterns, and so we're going to do some ripples. So here's what we get to do. Pick one of the shapes that you just outlined and make it ripple out like, I'd say 4 times or so, maybe more. So here, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick this one. And just a little above, like, I don't know, a centimeter outside the line, just kind of draw the same shape.
Oh yeah, like that. Which one should I do?
So you see, class here, I'll put it up there. So I'm drawing that, and I'm going to do it again and again and again, at least 4 times. You can kind of decide. So just
What's the limit of times we can do? Or is there like,
I'd say around 3 or 4, but you could, if it looks like it would look better if you do even more, go for it.
That looks good. I'm going to do more.
So go ahead and take some time and do like a little ripple out. You're repeating that pattern on one of your shapes a few times.
Whoa. It's making it kind of circle.
Yeah, it'll start to smooth out by the end. Yeah, I made mine so close together, I'm gonna do actually like 5 or 6 lines now that I think about it.
I like mine like this. Kind of looks like an onion.
Yeah, that's right. We're making layers like an onion.
Actually, I'm going to do 5 times. Looks like an onion in the shape of a paintbrush that someone took a bite out of. Yeah, see, it's kind of rounded on the sides for some reason.
Oh yeah, I like that.
There. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yours looks like it's like making sound waves.
Yeah, so it's like sound waves, little ripples. That's really cool. Okay, so now we have our final pieces. And so just kind of without glue first, just kind of arrange those on top of what you just drew so that until you find a space that you kind of like.
There.
Like it. Okay, so once you find where you kind of want those 2 shapes that you had cut out earlier, go ahead and grab your glue and let's glue them down.
It's kind of like that fish one we made last year.
Oh yeah. We've done one like this where we put shapes down.
Except more shapes.
I can't remember that artist's name right now.
Some guy who drew fishies.
Okay, so you probably have some time left in class. If you do, the last thing you can do is take the scraps that you have of whatever those original colors were, and you can kind of just think through what are some other things that you might find on a carpenter's bench. If this was like in the workshop and you had a paintbrush or a tool shed, you know, what do you think you might find out there?
Notebooks.
Notebooks, yeah. You might find, yeah, with some like notes. So that would be like maybe, so what you can do with this scrap is maybe cut out a few extra bits. So you could do maybe some nails, some bolts. Like Penny said, maybe like a little notebook square. Like that's your notes right there. But maybe some really skinny triangles could be like some nails. So in the time that you have, just kind of think through what are some other things. You might even have enough space. Maybe you could try to put another tool. You know, I think I have enough space right here. If I thought about it, I could try to turn it into a screwdriver, actually.
Screwdriver.
So, you know, something like that.
Well, I'm gonna make a little pile of nails. By the way.
Yeah, that's smart. Okay. So yeah, you can make a little screwdriver. You can make some nails.
Yay.
So really, as
Wait,
much.
Is that a screwdriver?
Yeah, it's kind of it's whatever this thing is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that kind of looks like a pacifier. Well, it does.
So yeah, in the time remaining, go ahead and you can use those scraps and put a few other bits around. Like you're in the workshop, you put some nails, some screws, some bolts, whatever you think of, and glue those down as well. And when we're done, I think we're done. So then
I'm almost done.
You can keep working until your teacher says it's time to clean up. But thanks everybody. This has been fun. Getting inspired by Jacob Lawrence and putting down some tools and stuff. So we will keep, Penny and I are gonna keep gluing ours down. Here, I'm gonna I'll show you mine up there.
I think I need to make the lines a little better on this
And there's
one.
Penny's right there. So yeah, So you can go back through with your marker, maybe put some more details, glue your things down. But yeah, you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Bye.
Thanks everyone. See ya.
Thanks. Bye everyone.